Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is your sister, Sinette and Angela. Hope that everyone is having a marvelous Saturday so far. It's very sunny, but very cold outside. I think it was like 33 degrees when I last checked. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken, there was some sleeting going on outside just for a little while intermittently. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, very sunny, a little breezy. Don't want to sit out there right now to do a video, so I decided to come within and do a brief share. And I believe what I'm titling this video is the Mother of Antioxidants. And I think we've heard a lot about antioxidants lately. I'm hoping anyway, because it's so imperative for the body to build its immune system and to be familiar with what antioxidants can do for us, especially in these days and times, is very, very crucial. So perhaps I'm being redundant, perhaps I'm just speaking to the choir, but if this reaches you, even if it's a reminder, if you already know about it, to help someone else become more familiar with it. And that being the mother of all antioxidants, which is glutathione. And I currently don't take a supplement titled glutathione, but it's a very, very powerful antioxidant, the mother of antioxidants, because it can enhance all the other antioxidants such as vitamin C, vitamin E, LLA, etc., many antioxidants, but those are some of the more familiar ones. It helps enhances those. And basically, glutathione is so plentiful in the body. It's in every cell. And as we age, as stress happens, as we damage our bodies with the foods we eat, with the stress, with the alcohol and the drugs, the medicinals that we consume, it continues to disintegrate the human body in the cells, and we don't have as much glutathione as we originally had when we were like 25. And as we continue to age, it continues to decrease. So there are ways that we can enhance the amount of glutathione in our body, several ways actually. But as I mentioned, there are several ways that we lose the glutathione as we age. And, stress, we can't prevent stress. It happens endogenously, on the outside of us as well, from the food that we eat that has toxins in them, from the water that we drink. It's inevitable to have toxins or free radicals in the body, and helps us very much so disintegrate the glutathione. It's so plentiful in the body and is easily made by the body. It's naturally made. Vitamin C is not made from the body. We have to consume it to make it, and it doesn't really stay in the body as long as glutathione. But glutathione, we make it and it stays in the body. Where it's housed at, of course, is the liver, where it's the most plentiful is the liver. And as we continue to damage our cells or our bodies with, the stress, the alcohol, the drugs, etc., we really ruin our cells and make ourselves more susceptible to inflammation and oxidative stress, and etc. Thus, then we have the diseases and susceptible to different types of microbes, bacteria, and viruses that can overwhelm the body because we don't have enough glutathione in our body to help us fight. It's the missing link. It's something that we need to be talking about more, but we're not. We're talking about other things that are outside of us that's supposed to support us, instead of sticking to the way humans are supposed to live, unfortunately. But glutathione like I said, it's so plentiful in the body and so easy to make for the body, but we have to give it what it needs. And there are several foods, that we consume. Most important is to know is sulfur-rich foods that help us build glutathione in the body, such as onions, garlic, different kinds of meats. And as I mentioned, just make sure it's the best quality meat, grass-fed, organic, etc., etc. If you're going to consume them, and preferably even more so local. Maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's less risk, of contamination, and knowing that you're supporting your local community. Local is always better. But glutathione, as I mentioned, I can go on and on and on about why we need it so much. Not necessarily supplement form. Several years ago, I was really, really sick. And I was looking for several ways, except for taking medicine, to basically help myself feel better. And there were none. As I mentioned before in some videos, I felt that my doctor didn't know what to do. I had been doing my own research and asked about checking my vitamin D level, but they didn't think that was relevant. So finally they did, and it was like in the single digits, I'll say. Unfortunately, it was like 8. And 8 happens to be my favorite number at all times, but that's what my vitamin D level was. So I was really, really sick. And, they first didn't give me what they call the multiple dose level, like 25,000 units. They were giving me like 1,000 units, and it wasn't going up, and I was feeling worse. But anyway, we're not talking, it's a long story. But anyway, I came across Dr. McCullough, and he was talking about Liposomal Glutathione. So eventually I bought that. That was pretty expensive. And I had researched it and found out all of this good information about it. I was very confident about it. And meanwhile, knowing my body, I was so sensitive. I was reacting to any type of supplement. But I tried that when I finally got it. And I took it for 2 or 3 days. Of course, I wasn't feeling any better. And just FYI, when you take a great detoxifier like glutathione or any detoxifier, you don't feel good all of a sudden. You're going to feel bad. You're going to break out. Things are going to look worse before they get better. Just FYI, remember that. I didn't know that. But anyway, I took it for like 2 or 3 days. Nothing happened, of course. And then the third day, I was having anxiety attacks. I was feeling really, really bad. So I stopped taking it. And I was like, maybe it was coincidence. So I tried it again, and it happened again. I was like, goodness. So by that time, I wanted to continue because I've tried so much already, and it was so expensive. I wanted it to work. So I waited a couple of months, and I wanted to try it again. I tried it again, and it did the same thing. And I looked at the bottle, and it had already expired anyway. So I didn't go back to the glutathione, but, like I mentioned, detoxifiers, when you detoxify your body and you're so toxic for whatever reason, your body has to do what it has to do. Glutathione, what it does, it gets rid of free radicals. So it's basically shooting out the bad guys, and it's attaching, to the cells of your body so that you can fight off disease, and the body can repair itself. That is the purpose of glutathione. So very important to know. But, excuse me, I wanted to mention that process of detoxifying and what glutathione can do for the body. Like I said, it detoxifies. It also can rid the body of certain disease processes. It helps fight inflammation. It can help you also to build up your immune system and fight off stress. Let's see, what else did I write down here? This is notes from several years ago that I wrote down, that I wanted to bring forth. It helps repair DNA. All this stuff I already know. I don't even know why I'm reading from notes, because I can never read my handwriting. It helps fight off oxidative stress, which can help repair free radicals in the body, or get rid of free radicals in the body, or in other words, toxins from the body. I can go on and on and on about the many benefits of glutathione, and especially liposomal. Liposomal basically gets into the cells faster and works better. There are several ways to take glutathione. Pill form, the regular glutathione, or liposomal. Also IV, which is pretty expensive. And also, just let me digress a little bit. Another reason why I did not continue or want to repurchase, I was talking to one of my Asian friends, and she mentioned that her cousins and her family were taking it to lighten their skin. And I was like, well, I don't want to, like, I was saying to myself, because I didn't want to tell her I was taking it. I was like, I didn't realize that it would do that. So I was like, no, I'm not going to repurchase. And I was strongly considering to purchase it again so that I could try it again. But once I found out it lightened your skin, I was like, oh no, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. So, but as I mentioned, different types of ways you can take glutathione, IV, and also on topically, also, which some say is the most effective way. If you hadn't heard of that, you can research that. I won't go into details about the many advantages or results people have had from taking the topical, subcutaneous, or transdermal form of glutathione. Very, very effective. Although the IV is very, very effective as well, but most people won't have access to getting the IV form. And if not, you can go for the liposomal instead of the regular glutathione, because your body will go straight to the cells quicker. Also, with glutathione, it's an antioxidant, but it must have the 3 amino acids from it. Let me not get it wrong. It's the lipoic acid. No, not the lipoic acid. The glutamate, the cycline, and the cysteine, which are basically sulfur-based. Cysteine is that you need to help build up your glutathione levels for your cells. Also, different forms or other ways you can get glutathione, just otherwise than just pills. You can get it in your food. And like I said, certain foods that have it are your eggs, cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli and asparagus. You can get it most potently in liver. I mentioned once before, I was very much so anorexic a long time ago in my 20s. And when I was in college, I was so sick and probably anemic too. This older lady took me in for about a week. I was with her, and she was giving me this liver. Now that I think about a smoothie, now that I think about it, I don't even think it was cooked. But anyway, it made me feel much better. But I was still, I was vegetarian, vegan vegetarian. I wouldn't eat anything really, but definitely not meat. But she gave me that liver. But liver is so high in glutathione because it's made mostly in the liver. And the wild, when an animal kills, it goes straight for the liver. It doesn't go for the wings and the thighs and stuff like that like we do. It goes for the body organs, such as the liver, the kidneys, and the heart. That's where they go because they know that's where the high potency of the glutathione is. And so now that you know your higher sources of your glutathione, such as your onions, your garlic, your eggs, and your meats, good quality meats, you can get a good source of that and eliminate things that put havoc or stress on the body, such as too much alcohol, too much sugar, being in environments that has a high amount of toxins and pollutants in the air, because our bodies are continuously fighting. And it's like a gun, and you shooting a gun without any bullets in it. If we don't have that protection, that shell, is basically useless. So knowing this, we need to put forth the effort so that our bodies are not struggling and fighting too hard without the appropriate ammunition that we need to fight. And that glutathione is the answer. It's the mother of all antioxidants. And also knowing that I've decided that the best way, instead of taking glutathione, because I'm not going back there, one, because I don't want those symptoms again, and two, because I don't want to like my skin. Even, my dark spots, they eventually go away. I'm not interested in lightening my skin whatsoever. So I decided that what I wanted to do is take NAC, if y'all have heard of that, NAC, N-acetylene. And it's recently been taken from Amazon, even though I don't purchase vitamins and supplements from Amazon really that much. I wouldn't buy supplements from Amazon. I would rather go through a well-known or a trusted agency that makes supplements, get it directly from them. And that's what I would suggest. But they're trying to basically, or if they haven't already, taken it off of the market, NAC. But NAC basically is the antioxidant, the precursor, basically, of glutathione. And it also helps build, glutathione in the body, because, it'll help the body make it. And I think that's the most efficient way for me to do it. It seems like the most natural way to do it, besides eating the foods that are. But with everything that's going on now, we need that extra support as well, to have that extra dosage of it. Because believe it or not, a lot of the foods and supplements are not as potent, especially the soil in certain areas, because they're doing a lot of things to our food, unfortunately, these days. So we really have to be vigilant and conscientious about the types of foods and where we're getting our supplements and our foods from. But anyway, I think NAC is a great way to also supplement, especially during these times. I'm kind of like microdosing. They say you can take it like up to 2,000 milligrams a day. I would not go that extreme. I don't really have a big body. I'm kind of very much so small-boned. And I just take 600 milligrams every morning on an empty stomach. I'm not saying that you should do it, but with any supplement, as I mentioned before, you may want to consult with your doctor. Not many side effects are known about it. They say that it could cause upset stomach. With anything, there's a possibility of overusage of it. Also, it can also thin the blood. So if you are on a blood thinner, it can enhance the blood thinning act on your blood. So caution to that. As I mentioned, work with your provider, your doctor, when you're taking a supplement. But NAC, I can't say has done anything for me. I haven't felt any difference, but I haven't felt bad either. However, I have been taking a lot of vitamin C lately, and you really, when taking glutathione or your glutathione levels are high, or your vitamin C levels intake is high, the glutathione will help further enhance your glutathione levels in your body. So that's important to know. So if you didn't know about glutathione and the effects of it, we talk about vitamin C, we talk about vitamin E, but I don't think a lot has been said about glutathione, which is the mother of all antioxidants. It can boost your immune system. It can enhance your health because it's something that your body already naturally produces, but so much is going on in the air, in the food, in the water, that we are severely depleted, that we can't even fight off diseases like we used to. I'll just say there's nothing new under the sun, but there is something that you don't know. Glutathione is the great detoxifier. It can help rejuvenate your DNA. It can prevent oxidative stress. It can help reduce inflammation in the body. I can go on and on and on. It's just as plentiful as the water, and we are 70 to 80% water, if not more. So without glutathione, we are going to continue to be overcome with disease and inflammation and toxins in the body if we're not doing the work that we need to do. And unfortunately, we are not preaching this. We are promoting other things, which hasn't really proven to do what it's supposed to do. When the human, what we are made to do is to thrive, of course, on water, on glutathione, on muscle, on fat, etc., etc. But I wanted to come forth and just do a brief share and hopefully motivate you to research glutathione and NAC and antioxidants and the purpose of them. Anyway, that's it for now. Hopefully this was helpful, encouraging you to go and do more research. I'm not saying go and get you some glutathione or some NAC or whatever, but I am saying take charge of your health, listen to your body, and want the best for your body, and to know that we are indeed in the midst of spiritual warfare, but we still have these physical bodies that we have to take care of and maintain. And glutathione, staying hydrated and keeping our spirits up and knowing who we are and decreasing stress is the key. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.